It's a chilly morning in the mountains, and I can't help but feel excited as I woke up on my new property. It's been a long time coming, but finally I'm a proud owner of this beautiful piece of land. And as I step outside, I can feel the crisp air on my face, reminding me that winter is still lingering, but the warmth of the sun tells me that spring is right around the corner. Since taking ownership, my focus has been on understanding the property and her needs after the long winter and mapping out a rough plan for moving forward. One of the first priorities was to set up a temporary home on the property. We wanted to be closer to the land and not waste time or resources building a permanent structure. So we got creative and managed to borrow a tiny house on wheels for 6 months. It's perfect for us as we love adventure, having gone on many incredible road trips with our trusty Land Rover Defender and rooftop tent. Our temporary home is made by an iconic brand from my home country, the Netherlands, and only getting her here was a breathtaking, beautiful adventure. We feel right at home here in Montenegro. With this caravan, and can't wait to share our adventures with you as we explore the breathtaking landscapes of this small but diverse country in the coming years. Today I wanted to take you into my vision, the ideas I have for this place, and the vibe and energy I wanted to transcend to our guests, just like the one in these videos. Mindful and peaceful, balanced and slow, back to the essential, enjoying the little things. In essence, a place where you can write a book. Peaceful, mindful, raw, natural and wild, but also comfortable, warm and inspirational. Just like how we want to rebuild the ruin and what our temporary tiny house on wheels feels like. Well, hello everyone. I thought maybe it was a good idea to tell you the rough plans and timelines and what we're gonna do on this property. And I'm saying we because I'm not alone. I'm here with my partner and our two little kids, Benjamin and Eleonora. But as this is really my passion project, my vision, it's Rihanna stories, and I'm showing you the whole adventure from my perspective. Of course, we're gonna rebuild the ruin and we want to keep it intact as much as possible, and that will actually start next week. So in the next video you will see a lot of work will be done. Next to that, I want to make here like a permaculture farm with raised polyculture garden beds. Below here you can see there's like this kind of crater, and we were thinking that maybe it was like a collapsed sinkhole or something like that, but it isn't actually, because what you can see over here, there's been a road, and probably the previous owner or an owner before that sold the very nutritious ground that was piled up here from, yeah, probably centuries, from the getting it down from the mountains with the waterfall. They sold it, so we lost a lot of nutritional earth here. So over there is going to be our fruit trees, guilds and things like that. I haven't done anything with permaculture farming by myself, only reading a lot of books. So designing this whole place, where what will come and how we're going to do it, I'm actually thinking about I actually contacted him already, John Fraser, who has in Sicily this beautiful permaculture foresty farm he's building, and he's an expert, and he has this permaculture designing course, which I'm probably gonna do this year, and I'm gonna hire him to help me do this. He doesn't know I'm putting him in the video, so it's gonna be a surprise for him. One of the main things will be water harvesting, and in this area there falls like 3 to 10 times more water than in my home country, so there is enough water, all you need to capture it. And as this is karst landscape, a lot of water instantly disappears into the ground. So we're gonna do a lot of those things as well, but that will be a different episode. And what we love to do here is combine modern and ancient technologies. We're gonna look at fog, catching the fog, but also condensation, drilling a well, yeah, making sure that the water stays as long as possible on the property, raising the ground so we can capture more water in the ground, and maybe we even make something like the old ancient water reservoir over the mountain over there, which I will do a whole episode about as well, because it's a beautiful thing with a lot of history and which I would love to share. On this side there is little sun, a lot less sun than on those sides. The sun comes up there and it goes under, yeah, right now there, but in the summer it's over there. So this is our own little valley. This will be like this lush green living oasis in the whole rough nature. As soon as you come up towards the hillsides of the valley, you will go back to the fully rawness of these regions, which we love. I say off the grid, we're going to stay off the grid. We have the possibility to connect to electricity, but we're not going to do it. We have this beautiful friend of ours. He's Harry Stockman. He's this internationally well-known expert on decentralized electricity, on regenerative electricity, regenerative energy. And he's going to help us with this whole project. And he actually has very much of those creative out-of-the-box things we could never think of, and also these things he knows that we have no idea of, how modern society is already going into the next innovation from the next innovation. So he will be helping out with us for that part. And why do we need it? Because you say, hey, you're just renovating a ruin. Well, in the long term, and then I'm talking about a couple of years, in 3 years we want to start building this luxury boutique resort, which has 7 beautiful suites located on the property. One of them will be the old ruin. The old ruin we're going to keep as much as possible intact. The only thing I'm doubting about, and maybe you can guys help me out, is what to do with the roof. We have all the roof tiles, we captured them who were still in good condition, so we can put them back. But we were also thinking making those green roofs of the vegetation that's actually here on the rocks. It's really sturdy, it can handle drought periods very well, and put that on the roof, because we actually love the fact that it's, if you look at it now, it's quite natural and it falls away in the background. And if you put on the red roof tiles again, it's like very out there, it's very in your face. Leave it in the comments to tell me what you think about that. Then the suites, we will have 2 suites positioned here in the back. We call them the forest suites, because they will be positioned in that whole forest area we're going to create here at the back side. And then the other 4 suites will probably be positioned on that hillside, but then on the other side, on the bigger valley, and then you look out on that beautiful landscape of different mountains and rocks, and it constantly changes, the most beautiful sunsets over there. So those will be positioned over there. And with that whole process, we want also have a little bit of a restaurant. It's going to be a small restaurant with the seating area for the suites, plus 1 or 2 extra tables. So it's going to be really small. We want to have it the vibe of Chef's Table from Netflix series. Maybe you know it. That will be positioned over there. In the other old ruin where formerly the stables were and the things like that. And I really want to understand more about the history of this region, about the history of these buildings that we have. We have actually an old fridge, which is this hole that's been dug in the mountainside, and where they put in their foods, like the meat, the cheeses, the milks. They put it in, and in the winter they pack it full with snow and ice, and they put on stones and layers, and then isolate it, and then they have like until summer like a fridge. But I want to understand all those things from this property from back in the days, how they lived there, how it works, and we want to incorporate as much as possible, but a lot with a modern twist. So you see a lot of off the grid, like these do-it-yourself projects, which is amazing. I heard somebody who compared the first introduction video, which was just putting out there to see if you guys would like it, and it was a great success. So I'm totally excited to keep on going this channel. And somebody compared it with Martijn Dollaert. And Martijn Dollaert is a fellow Dutchie. He comes from the same country as I am. And I love his videos. He's doing amazing things. But what he is doing, which I'm absolutely amazed by, with the old craftsmanship, the old tools, everything. But that's not what I'm going to do on this property. And we're going to work with workers. We're going to do things by ourselves, but we're going to outsource things as well. So it's going to be different. I still think very interesting, and I know a lot of you are interested in the costs, so I will always do a split cost based on what the materials cost here in Montenegro and what the workers have been cost and what we did by ourselves, so then you can make your own estimation if you're interested in doing something like how much you can save by doing most of it yourself. As we're building this, we want to do a lot of it using all the water that will be used in all the suites and in the buildings as well. So we're going to work with not composting toilets and not a bioseptic tank. Maybe I'm going to change this idea, but you never know down the line. But I'm now thinking about using incinerating toilets, which uses heat to make sure that that everything disappears into this beautiful ash that you can throw out on the ground, and that's actually very good for nutrition for the fruit trees. And then all the other water, like from the shower, from washing your hands, brushing your teeth, all that kind of water, maybe the little, and especially from the restaurant, from cooking. I want to do this natural filtering system, and that water instantly gets reused over the property. The suites, for example, will be connected to their own little natural swimming pool. Every suite will have this small, beautiful natural swimming pool, so that gets fresh water every day, because every day you use these amenities, and then the overflow will follow straight towards the plants everywhere, so that we can reboost everything during the whole summer as well, and that the water gets used several times and not just once. It's going to be a huge project. It's going to be a project for years, and I'm not going to make weekly episodes. Never say never, of course, but for now I just want to make beautiful episodes as soon as I've got a story and got the material and can bring that over to all of you. The atmosphere of these videos will be slow living and meditative, because that's actually what this whole project, but also being here, is about. We work and we rest, but also what the boutique resort will be about. We constantly have moments that we sit here in complete silence. It's so meditative. It's such a beautiful experience. So much inspiration from nature, from plants. And you will see in spring, if we have arrived good in spring, you will see everywhere wildflowers and butterflies. It's like this abundant feeling of life and energy here. And yeah, you can definitely write a book here. So that's what I want to bring over with these videos as well, the whole atmosphere and theme, but where you always see the works, the whole project. So that's a little bit what you can expect. I'm very grateful that you are here, and looking forward to take you along on this journey with all of us. This year will be about fully understanding the natural balance of the land and exploring the possibilities for the permaculture farm. I am thrilled to share this journey with you and introduce you to some incredible people in Montenegro who share our love for the land and the environment.